Bubble tea, a beverage that has taken the world by storm. From the bustling streets of Hong Kong to the hipster campuses of Berkeley, nowhere is immune to this trend, not even Malaysia. Ground zero for this boba tea craze in Malaysia is a small district called SS15 in Subang. Over there are over 20 different bubble tea shops concentrated in that district alone, drawing in people from across town to grab their favorite cup of tea. However, with thousands and thousands of cups being sold every day, nobody is actually talking about the impact bubble tea is causing to the environment.
Bubble tea is so telling of our society today all over the world, where it's a business model based on a lot of sugar, a lot of nothing really, but a lot of pure delight and convenience. You package the two and you have a winner, and throw in a bit of social media to boost it, and yes, of course, it's exploding all over the world. It's very successful as a business, but I think it's disastrous for the environment. But that's telling of how society is today. We're so disconnected from our environment. We are not aware of the consequences of drinking a bubble tea a week.
This brings us to the question of whether these bubble tea cups are recyclable. As a matter of fact, they are. But there's a catch to it.
Plastic cups are one item that usually do not make it to a recycler. And we have no idea what percentage of bubble tea does make it to a recycler. So, like, I see it everywhere. People get their cups, but then when they sit down, they usually forget it and leave it on the ground, or they just throw it. And it'll eventually end up in a gutter and then into the ocean. But with that amount of plastic cups that they're using per year, that could be something like 1,064,500 cups that could potentially be in rivers in the ocean every year from just one company. And that's a lot.
In the end, the plastics would break down into microplastics. These small microscopic plastic bits would be eaten by fish and other marine life, which would eventually end up inside our stomachs as well. Sadly, some companies have a strict policy against consumers using their own cups, which means that consumers are forced to use the plastic cups provided by them.
So one, if they cannot encourage people, or their business model doesn't allow people to bring their own containers in or their own straws in, then please do start a collection point. I think they need to own the waste that they're generating, because they're the ones that are producing these products that people want to buy. I think it'll be wonderfully responsible that a consumer can know that who they're buying from is looking after the environment and helping them look after the environment, and by simply providing bins so that a centralized collection point can happen outside each shop, rather than being left on the roads, left in skips, overflowing dustbins, nobody's caring about it. That's totally responsible, and I think that's a very negative face for a kind of product that makes people happy.
There is a silver lining. More and more companies are incentivizing consumers to use their own containers. A recent report from The Star shows that several major bubble tea brands are taking steps to encourage people to use less plastics. The bubble tea trend is most likely here to stay. There is no way for us to get rid of it. The demand for bubble tea is that high. We should not rely on these companies alone. As consumers, we should also join in this fight against the excessive usage of plastics. The easiest thing you could do is to refuse the plastic cups and use your own container. So next time when you get your favorite cup of bubble tea, you know what you should do.